Welcome. I'm Father Kevin, and this is Alert to Good News. Here's a video reflection on the Gospel for the 14th Sunday in Ordinary Time. I hope you had an enjoyable 4th of July. I know I did. In the Gospel, the Spirit of God enters into Jesus in the synagogue of Nazareth and empowers him to speak incredible wisdom and work mighty signs. But his own townspeople refused to believe in the message of Jesus. I would like to reflect on Jesus as our true wisdom, who guides us and brings us good news. The good news is that in death there is life. God will transform you and me, all of us, his faithful people, into a new kind of spiritual embodiment, just as God transformed the dead Jesus into a new kind of glorious spiritual embodiment on Easter. Yes, as the letter of John says, we shall be like God and see God as God is. Jesus is the image of the God we cannot see, our guide, our good news, and our provider. First, Jesus gives all the guidance we need. We are led by the Spirit of God. We have the Spirit of God dwelling within us. God has bestowed the gifts of the Spirit upon us initially in the life-giving waters of baptism. Wisdom to recognize what truly matters in life. Intelligence to discern what's true. Courage to do what's right. Compassion, good judgment, and wonder and awe to worship the great God of this universe. Yes, Jesus will guide us to our true destiny, which is life eternal with God and one another. Second, Jesus provides good news in a world that desperately needs it. Gospel means good news. It's about life, death, and resurrection. Jesus Christ, once crucified, now risen, lives, and because he lives, you and I live, especially through the sacramental life of his community of disciples, the church. The good news of Jesus is dynamically relevant to all generations, cultures, and situations. People's basic needs are always the same. The message of the gospel is always the same. And so I invite us, you and me, to let the good news animate our lives. And finally, Jesus taught us to pray. Give us this day our daily bread. Forgive us. Lead us. Deliver us. He will provide all we need. One of my favorite biblical narratives is the story of Elijah. I'm sure you know it well. He trusted in God's care for him. And when the brook which provided water for Elijah dried up, God sent him to a widow for food, and she and her son were about to eat their last meal. But Elijah promises that God will provide for her needs. The widow did exactly as Elijah asked, and it turned out exactly so. This woman of great faith was prepared to give all she had, and God supplied her needs. My point is, if we give generously, we will discover we cannot outgive God. God does amazing things for and through us. And this doesn't mean life is easy, but God is with you and me, with all of us in the challenges of life, and we can overcome them with God's help. Yes, Jesus is our wisdom who guides us, brings us good news, and provides for us so that we can become the best version of ourselves. May the Lord bless you and keep you, and may you always be alert to good news, and may you have a blessed day.
Thank you for watching this video. You can see more videos here or simply subscribe by hitting the button below.